Donald Trump fans were in a Twitter rage last night after the State of the Union speech was largely a warning against most things the Republican frontrunner says. And then it got really hot after the Republican response from the South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley as she took hardly veiled shots at Trump positions as well. Today, Donald Trump is chipping away at Ted Cruz's lead in Iowa, just 19 days until the nation's first presidential contest. According to a brand new survey from Bloomberg Politics and the Des Moines Register newspaper, Cruz is ahead of Trump by 3 points. Statistically, that's a tie. And that same poll back in December, the Texas senator had a 10-point lead. Remember, Donald Trump's been questioning Cruz's eligibility for the job, and that line of attack may be working. Meantime, Marco Rubio and Ben Carson are locked in a battle for third place. No other candidate cracks double digits. Meantime, most of the GOP contenders are getting ready for tomorrow night's Fox Business Network debates in South Carolina, the first in the South primary state. So let's get right to the Fox Business Network reporter Blake Berman, who's live in Charleston, the scene of the debate. Hey, Blake.
Hi there, Shepard. We almost need like a flow chart or a diagram of some sort to try to figure out who's attacking who on what and where. It's been fast and furious over the last 24 hours or so. We'll begin with Ted Cruz because he launched his toughest assault yet on Donald Trump. He said Trump embodies, quote, New York values, and then he went on to say that Trump, he feels, is being, quote, rattled. Trump fired back in Iowa yesterday by saying that Cruz is not pro-ethanol, which, as you know, is a huge issue in that state. He also continues to question whether or not Cruz is a natural-born citizen, thus making him eligible to be president of the United States. Marco Rubio did not mention Trump by name earlier today, but here in South Carolina at an event, he appeared to jump into that fray.
Electing someone who is upset alone will not be enough. You also have to elect someone that knows exactly what they're going to do.
Rubio isn't out of the woods, though, either, because earlier today, Jeb Bush on the campaign trail said we don't need to elect a backbencher from the United States Senate. That appeared to be a swipe at Rubio. A whole lot going on here, Shepard.
It's clearly
ahead of the Fox Business debate tomorrow night.
How are those candidates reacting to the speech from the president last night?
Well, President Obama, there was a lot in there, as you mentioned, directed toward Republicans. And one line when he was talking about tackling terrorism, and I'll quote here, he said, the answer needs to be more than tough talk or calls to carpet bomb civilians. That term carpet bomb appeared to be a shot at Ted Cruz. Cruz responded last night on the Kelly File.
I will apologize to no one for my willingness and commitment to killing terrorists. This entire speech, President Obama continued his politically correct denial.
Nikki Haley gave the response for the Republicans, and she mentioned, quote, irresponsible talk. She said today that was directed at Donald Trump. Trump was asked about that this morning on Fox and Friends. He said Haley is weak on immigration and says she has no problem asking him for money, as she's done in the past, he says. Shepard?
Blake Berman at the scene of the contest. Blake, thank you. You can watch the debates tomorrow, and you know it'll be a good one on the Fox Business Network. Our friend Sandra Smith and Trish Regan host round 1, 6 Eastern, 5 Central. Then the main event, Maria Bartiromo and Neil Cavuto with the primetime face-off, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. Remember, it's not here on Fox News. It's up the dial on Fox Business Network. And if you don't know how to find that because, well, you've been missing out, go to foxbusiness.com/channel finder, and that'll tell you exactly where to find FBN in your area. And if you want, you can watch both debates streaming live at foxbusiness.com.